Hello, welcome back to Denton TMD. In today's video I'm going to be going over what I received for Christmas this year. Now I know Christmas wasn't exactly the best for quite a lot of us, and the year's been quite bad as well, so I just hope that you're all still continuing to stay safe throughout the rest of 2020 and as we progress onto the year of 2021. So in today's videos I'm going to split it into 3 parts over the course of the day. Part 1 is going to be going through my civil engineers wagons, my new civil engineer wagons, and then we'll progress on from there. So without further ado, let's get into it. Welcome to part 2 of my Christmas videos. In this part we're going to be going over the start of my Virgin cross-country set. So on Kerno they was doing a set with a 47 and 4 Virgin coaches. It just means that you do need to get one last coach to get a realistic rate, and that would be the mini buffet. But here is what they included in the pack. So the loco you get with the pack is the Bachmann Police 47. This is a limited edition model. Kerno sell it for about £140 on its own. So very nice model and in a unique livery, as it's the only one in this condition. So we'll get this out of the box soon and go over closer details on this model. The first coach we're going to look at here is the second open brake mk2f from Hornby. So we'll definitely go and have a look at more closer details on the mk2f from Hornby, as they are superior models. We'll then look at the second open, which is also a mk2f as well. And then we'll have this first open, and then another first open, all from Hornby. So we're going to get these out of the box and then we'll go into closer inspection on these models. Okay then, so the first coach we're going to go under close inspection with is the second open brake coach. So as you can see, the standard Virgin cross-country livery on it, and it's a very nice model. This is the super detailed version of Hornby. You can tell that because of all the details on the bogies have been painted too. So we're going to zoom in and we'll have a nice close inspection of the actual livery, as it is applied very crisp, and the details that have been applied to the bodywork and underframes. So then we're going to start at the end of the coach here, and you can see some of the key details Hornby have applied with this coach. The first bit of detail is obviously the handles, and the little door handle. They stand out quite nicely in that silver paintwork. They obviously have the vent above the door there, and just on the edge of the coach. And we come across the first transfer of the Virgin branding. You can see here as well the divide here between the two different colours of the Virgin Grey and the Virgin Red. You can tell that's a very nice straight line, and the livery on these coaches is applied very crisp. Moving on down towards the bottom of the coach, there's the yellow line for the board there, the step, and then you get all your painted details of the springs and the axle boxes on the bogies themselves. Having that there is quite a nice touch, because when you hover over the bogies you will still see some of the colour on those components, which you would have done in real life. So just having those already there is just a bit of a bonus and adds to the nice superior model. We then go up to the windows, and then we've got all of our different transfers along each and every window. They are, I believe, non-smoking stickers, which they would have carried on all coaches in this time, and they have got the tinted window effect. We're now going to move up to the side of the coach a bit more, where you can see the other transfers here of the standard Virgin white lines. They have been applied very nicely. We're then going to go more onto the chassis here, where we've then got our cooling fan and other battery boxes, etc. You can see a lot of these parts, like the step in the background just above my finger, is separate and can be knocked off quite easy, so handling these coaches you do need to be reasonable so you don't break anything. We can also see just over here on this door some writing above this handle here. At close inspection you can actually read what it says. If you go get a chance to go into closer look into these, where you get a full close look up of these coaches, you will be able to read what that says, and it is very cool to have something that small and being able to read it like you would on the real things. Here is also, you could tell, the tinted window look, and the interior on these coaches as well does look pretty smart. The cart rail along the top as well is being applied quite nicely, so all to the bonus of a nice superior coach. We then move on to this section here where we're going to focus on the two different doors. So we've then got the standard passenger door and the guard's door. We've got the nice long handrails, which are also painted white, and the two different levels of step for the passengers and for the guard. This would obviously be for a guard coming off the floor, whereas this step here would be coming off the platform. You've obviously got the bars on the guard's door there, which is also a nice little touch to the coach, and this is a nice way to be able to see the difference in both different access points for this coach. I would like to spot out that the handrails on this coach are all moulded, but they can be made separate very easily if you want to go down that route. We then move on to the end of the coach here, where we still see the standard detail on the bogie, the number of the coach, which is also applied very nice, the other Virgin branding, and then the double door with the two different handles. Okay, so moving on to the end of the coach, we can see the corridor connection is half black and half white. That is to represent the different rubbing boards on the corridor connection, which they would have carried in real life. A lot of Mark IIs or coaching stock with corridor connections was fitted standard with these rubbing plates. Most of the time it was this white or grey, other times it was red or even blue on certain coaches. So we're then going to look into more depth on the end of this coach. You can see just down the side of the handrail here, and just down here some other moulded details, and I believe these would be cable ports just here and here but near my fingers. We've then got the two very nicely moulded handrails on the end, some information on the coach down the side here which are nicely applied, and our two electrification flashes. The count rail also follows round the profile of the coach towards the corridor connection itself. The buffers on this model are the standard and not sprung, and it's fitted with a standard NEM coupling. Also with these coaches, in all of these coaches you will come across this detailing pack with it, and it is literally just in there, you could just about see them, just cosmetic Buckeye couplings. Mark IIs and a lot of coaching stock in this time zone would have ran stock with Buckeyes for nice close coupling reasons, and that's what they was fitted with. So with a coach like this on the end, or no matter what, there is a little hole drilled into the buffer beam for these to be slotted into and glued in place for a more realistic look. We'll then go onto the top of the mk2f, and you can see your vents there on top of the guards compartment, and the standard aircon mk2f vent there on top of the passenger compartment. The other side of the coach is exactly the same as the other side, so there's not really much point going into inspection on this side, but we're just going to go over a quick pan so you get the nice full advantage of looking at this superior coach. Okay, so the next coach we're going to look at is the standard second open, also in the Virgin trains livery. So we're going to go into close inspection, as this has got some slightly different features to the BSK. So then, to start off here, there is some key differences you can see with this coach. On the end here, you've got this triple step feature. Obviously these two bottom steps will be if you're trying to get onto the coach from the ground, that would be for workers, and then the top step would obviously be for passenger use from platform. Another difference here is you can see the axle boxes have not been painted yellow on this model, and this extra orange transfer up on the top of the coach here. We'll pan across so you can see the nice crisp detail and livery on this coach, where we'll come across some more differences to the end of this coach. So as you can see in this pan, there has been no centre door, as it is just a second open, and on this end you will see just a single step, just for passenger use only on this side. The details on the end are exactly the same, but the roof is slightly different. Let me try and get this to focus. So on this end of the coach you've got two small little aircon vents, and then on this end of the coach you've got the big standard aircon vent like you would do on any piece of aircon Mark II stock. Moving on to the next coach then is the first open. It's pretty much the same as the second open, but there is some differences. You obviously got the yellow stripe on both ends of the coach, to show it's first class, and you've obviously got the number 1 printed on both sides of the coach as well, to clearly display it's a first class coach. Reasons being, you obviously would have had to carry a first class ticket to be able to get on these coaches, and the interior would have been far more better and comfier for the journey that awaits you. Delivery wise on this is exactly the same, nice and crisp as per usual, and the details are pretty much exactly the same. The only difference is those different features of the yellow line and the number 1. So I'm just going to quickly zoom in so you can get a nice look of the clean finish on those transfers. So there you go, you can see the number 1 and the yellow stripe is applied very nicely on these coaches. As on the real life one, the yellow line goes over the top of the vent above the door and is applied very carefully over that vent, so there's no splits or any damage to the transfer while it's going over the ribbed effector. Obviously the number 1 displayed very nicely as well and is applied to maximum standards. You do get 2 of these coaches with the pack. They are both different numbers. This one in front of you is 3344. the other first open you get is 3340. So we're then going to move on to the loco for the pack, which is the Bachmann Police 47. So then, as you can see from that quick panoramic shot of the 47, the livery is very unique and is quite out there in your face. This was done for promotional reasons and on behalf of Virgin Cross Country, and this loco was later brought to Freightliner in its life. But Bachmann have modelled this in the Virgin owned condition, so this is why it is very key to this pack, and it's also a unique limited edition loco what Bachmann have done. Helzhang have also done this model, but this is the Bachmann version, so we're going to go over some of the key features here. Starting off at the rear of the loco then, we've then got the number 47829. You can see that's been applied very nicely above the orange and yellow stripe on the side of the bodywork. We've then also got the driver's window is open, and the electrification flash just in the corner has been applied very nicely. The handrails on this model are moulded and inset into the bodywork as you would get on the model, and on the real life loco they are inset, and the kick plate just below the door is also being painted silver. Going along the bodywork a bit more, we come across our next lot of transfers, and it's the Transport Police logo or badge, and this bit of warning panel here. You see the fine details here of the body side door, these different ribs, another electrification flash and steps which would have been for access to the top doors in the roof, and the nice crisp police applied transfers on the side there. If we focus on this side of the loco, you can just about see the loco information data panel as well. Also, as we go towards the centre of the locomotive, and if I focus it, you can see all of the different transfers have been applied to the fuel tanks, being the dial, the different electrification flashes, and flash for the battery boxes has also been applied very nicely. So we're going to take a look at both ends of this locomotive in closer inspection, including the roof as well. So then, this is the side which comes with no NEM coupling in place. You've got the pocket under there, but there's no tension lock coupling fitted. You can fit one if you wanted to, however I'm going to leave it without because this is the end I've decided that I'm going to put the pipework on. As per usual with Bachmann models, it has got the sprung buffers and the nice big wide diameter on the oleos. All of the handrails and lamp iron on the front are separate, and this model does have the working lights. You can also see the driver inside and this nicely fitted separate aerial, the V aerial on top, which is also a nice little feature to this 47. You can just about see down here you've got your cosmetic screw link coupling, and this does wobble a little like this when the loco is in motion. The multiple working ETH ports are also painted orange and is made to look apart and are very nice features on the model. You can just about see the different holes into your buffer beam, or see for your different details as well. Going on to the other end of the loco, pretty much exactly the same. It's just that this one's got the standard coupling fitted, and there's no driver in this end. You can also apply a second man if you wanted to, quite easy, or you could swap the detailed ends around with some work, but that's just both ends of the model. We'll then take a look at the roof of this model, because the two roof rounds there are also painted red. You can just about see in certain lights, and the doors on the top are also in a slightly lighter grey from the rest of the roof. Going on to the bottom of the model then, if I focus this, you've then got your different switches there. The far left one is for your cab lights, and the one on the right is for your tail lights. This is so you can turn them on and off if it's a DC model, or if you do want to go DCC, you could also use these to your advantage. So then, there you have it. Thank you for watching this video. The next couple of videos will be more model railway rolling stock, and there will be a model railway update coming soon. Thank you for watching this video.